All right. Hold on. Let me get right with you. So first of all, shout out to subconscious community and all that. This is no like negative video or no like lashback or nothing like that in particular. I just want to talk about how star influences are real, and I only said response to Doelow because I once did a live one time where we was talking about stars, and I was talking about how I felt like stars are actual influences, and I know, and excuse me y'all, cause I'm in here, I got these things watching. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to talk a little bit closer to the mic. So basically, we was talking about stars, and I was talking about how I felt like stars are actual influences. Now I didn't feel like all the lights that they put up there are real because I know a lot of them are satellites, and I didn't feel like everything in the way that they tell you about stars are real. Nor do I feel like all the stars that they say are real are actual spaces all the time. But I was just saying I do feel like there's some truth to what they're pointing to. It's not what they're doing, but to what they're pointing to, in the sense of stars are influences. And I say that because you can't contradict yourself. You can't say one thing then say another. You can't say in one sense that you believe in astrology and planetary, which is basically planetary influences, but then say that star influences don't exist at all. You can't say that. Just the mere fact that the sun, quote unquote, is a star, and we talk about Leo or the energy of Leo, that's an influence to us due to space and location of where we at when we traveling through space. It's shit like that. We talk about the planet and the different shifts and the different transits. Now you can't say, like, you can't even claim being an Aries. You can't claim being a Sagittarius. You can't claim that we're all influenced by Mars energy. You can't claim that we all have influence by Neptune and Jupiter during this time and the full moon happening this and then that and that. You can't say that if you don't believe in star influences to some extent. Because if that's the case, if you're gonna say star influences aren't real at all, then you might as well say planetary influences aren't real at all. That's basically how I look at it. You can't say one. And then sometimes I'm gonna just be real because I'm gonna say it because I am a man. And like I said, this is no disrespect to anybody in general at all. But I do sometimes feel like people sometimes just argue to argue, in the sense of people get into situations, especially when we talk about Doelow. Like I said, this is no lashback or nothing negative. But I just feel like sometimes I feel like just argue to argue. Like, we know that star influences doesn't exist. We not trying to get lost and say that, oh, all the satellites they put up there are actual stars. No, we know that, but we can't say star influences don't exist. But you believe in astrology, because that ain't nothing but planetary influences, and that's star influences to an extent too with the sun. So you can't say one thing, but then at the same time say another. And I feel like they're able to pick up. There's a reason why they put satellites up there in the first place, to pick up on energy and harness energy. You can't, like, if they putting the satellites up there to harness a certain type of energy, where you think they're getting that energy from? They're obviously putting them up in different spaces of location to try to receive certain energies at different time from certain other energies, from certain planetary energies, from certain energies that are out there in general. So I believe that they're able to, like, I ain't gonna say calculate distance or nothing, because that's lostness, because those things aren't physical things. That they do be lying like that. They do be trying to throw up lights up there and they try to tell you how far something is. But I do feel like things are relative, and things are closer and things are relative, in the sense of they can sense, probably, like, certain energies to us are closer. How do I say this? Because I'm trying not to ramble. Certain energies play out more so on planet Earth than other energies play out, and certain energies play out more so on planet Earth at certain different times than other energies play out. So when you talk about, oh, it's a full moon in Pisces, or you got the sun in Cancer, okay, these are planetary influences. These are planetary influences, and we are being affected by them. That's like when we be like, oh, XYZ is in Cancer, and that means we be emotional. Okay, that's moon-like energy. If Neptune is around, we got the ability to be delusional, or be flunked. There's a reason why we feel that way. So what I'm saying is we're being influenced by something. So at the end of the day, uh-oh, at the end of the day, it's not that far from me stretched to believe that star influences exist, um, in different shapes and forms. And I'm not trying to really get too deep into that. Every single thing, 'cause that was my point. I just want to say, regardless of it seems like I'm rambling or not, at the end of the day, you can't say you can't say you believe in astrology and planetary influences, but then in another segment and sentence say that you don't believe that star influences are real. You see what I'm saying? Because that's basically what was being said that time. It was basically saying like stars don't fully exist, and I don't believe stars exist in the way that they're telling us. But it's not like just these planets, that planetary influence that we around with Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, blah 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 blah, and the sun influences. There's no way. I believe in other worlds and in other realms that may be further from this space, they may be being influenced from something else, and you know that. So you know, even if I'm not using the right exact wordage because it seems scrambled and it's not the exact right verbiage in particular, you understand what I'm coming from in the sense of everything is relative to his space. So the stars and planets that we relative to is because we hear this and the third. But yeah, that's all I was coming to say. And sometimes I just feel like people want to have real spiritual conversations, not necessarily situations where it's like they're like emotional filled ones. Like granted, everybody don't necessarily have the best day. So the response that you get from a person this particular day, they may not have had best day, so you may not get the particular responses that you want or even the way that you want to hear them. But sometimes I feel like it's like, okay, knowing that a person is spiritual and you look up to them a certain type of way, and you know they got all this knowledge, you come and ask them a serious question, you expect to get a serious answer back, not like you feel like you being played with. For like one day person to say you'll ask one question one day, right? And a whole another day you'll ask another other question. And the day that you ask that particular question, a person will be like, oh, they'll say X, Y, and Z, yo, yeah, whoop, whoop, whoop. They'll break it down, everything all cool. Then you'll catch them another day, say catch them next week or 2 weeks from then, another month. And then they'll be like, they'll give you a whole completely different answer and act like what you just said is lostness and flunkness. Kind of like that one time when I was like, oh, something about people should have a higher imagination, aka just have an imagination, have a thought for something else, not just everything that's in this world. But and that person was like, oh, you know, I'm glad that you was like, oh, I'm glad that you said that. I appreciate you saying that, cause people was like, oh, I'm glad that you broke that down. That was smart, because most people don't come and break that down. The government, shadow government, wants you to lean into its lostness, and they try to give you all these movies so that even when you do think about the astral realm or spirit realm, you automatically place Earth there, so you build in their Jerusalem, aka building their world in the astral realm. It's deep. If you know, you know. But when I brought up, oh, but that's why I think people should have imagination for something else, and not everything that just deals with Earth, because it's how people also reincarnate too, by only having Earth on their mind when they die. They never have an imagination for nothing else, so they can never float off nowhere else. Everything was seeming good. Then another day, another week, another month, you'll come and ask the same question, and it's like, dude will be like, oh, that's just lostness, you know? Oh, that's just lostness. Or they'll be like, what did he say the last time I said it? It was like, I can't remember the exact name, but it basically said like it was flunked out lostness or something. But that's what I be seeing, where it be like people be in situations where they'll say one thing, aka particularly talk about, you know, Doelow, but like you'll ask one thing and they'll say one answer, and then you'll say then you'll say another thing when the person asks that same question later. So that's basically, I feel like people don't want emotional responses. And I already know a person can't sit back and be like, oh, I already know what people we gonna say. Oh, you can't tell me how to respond. I'm just like y'all. I go through stuff just like y'all. I go through this and the third. Yeah, true. I give it to you, but you can't come. Now I'm finna go in. You can't say one thing and then say another. You can't come to other people and act like you like you face a God itself, like you so holy and high on your high horse. If you call yourself Archangel, I believe it. But you can't, that's a big responsibility and title. You can't get mad when people approach you a certain type of way. By nature, humans are gonna come to you a certain type of way. Hey, somebody in chat stupid. Somebody said, what the fish tank doing? I shot you out. But anyway, a person, you can't say one thing and then get upset when you get a certain type of energy back. That's a huge responsibility, what you call yourself. And I believe you're it. You are it. But be aware of that. And another thing is like this too. when people act like they're a certain type of way, like, oh, like they be like, oh, I'm not human, I'm not human, or this and like that. I'm not human. I don't have those flunked out thoughts. But then everything that you answer to us, or the energy you be in, is flunkness in emotions, lost in emotions and feelings. It's like, I'm just saying, people be just like the Bible. People, they be contradicting themselves. They say one thing and then they'll say another thing. They'll say, oh, I'm this angel, I'm this high authority, I'm in this place, I rule this. But then they'll come to you with emotions and feelings, talk about, oh, I'm just like you, I got bad days too, I'm going through this. Which, yeah, everybody got bad days, don't get it twisted. But when you're lost in emotions, it's a difference between having a bad day and being lost in emotions and feelings. That shouldn't dictate a person's answer that you give a person based upon they asking them a serious question and they want a serious spiritual answer back. You see what I'm saying? A person in a situation where it's like, a person say, oh, I'm not human, this and the third, but yet, and they don't deal with those plucked out human thoughts, but then be the same ones that be deep in their emotions and feelings that one day, and they giving all feelings based off emotion, all feelings based off emotion that they ain't feeling. You'll ask a person something, they'll give you a completely different answer than you asked the last time you asked them. But yet, it's the same person that'll be like, oh, I don't deal with this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I kind of see why certain people attract so much trolls, too. Because it's like, people don't even be aware of the energy vibration that they be in. Sometimes stuff won't always be being sent out by the government all the time. Like, I do believe that they be effing with people with your page, but I also feel like sometimes it's the energy that we be in sometimes. I'm trying to tell you. It's easy to say when you just sitting back and you're actually doing it, and you're like, oh, I'm putting out this good knowledge. Right. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And like, the government against me, but it's different when you on the outside looking in and you see certain things. You see sometimes where things don't always connect the way that they should be. And nobody is perfect, but also don't act perfect. If you know you're not perfect, don't act perfect. It's a difference. People coming high in ego, oh, I'm the almighty this, I rule this, I do that, and the third. That's cool. Ain't nobody gonna take that away from you. But if you say you gonna do that, then you can't be down here complaining in this 3D realm about, oh, whoop, they doing this, they're doing this, I should be the one this. First of all, don't nobody owe you shit. And I hate to say it, but I'm just be real. Same thing when you used to be like, oh, Jay-Z, Kanye West, whoop, these celebrities with my page, they should shout me out. A person don't got no obligation for shit. You always taught us, you say, a person don't got an obligation to give us shit. Even our parents. Another spirit outside, that's their own life that they live in. If they help you out, then what, boom. But they're nobody's forced, or nobody's, how do I say it? Nobody's obligated to shout out anybody. That's like if you went to a restaurant, tried somebody's food, it was the best food you ever tried. You're not obligated to shout them out though. If you choose to do, then so be it. If that's what you want to do, you want to support that person, to support. But don't nobody owe you support. That's like saying a person that went on anybody else's page and they either learned something or they seen something that they like that helped them out. They're not obligated to shout that person out. Ain't nobody obligated. Like, that's some high horse ego ass shit too. Ain't nobody obligated that damn deep. God damn it. Now I understand if you say, man, it don't hurt for nobody to shout a brother out sometime because they know that they get the knowledge. Okay, whoop, keep it real. But there's no reason to jump on some huge ego high horse and act like people are obligated to shout you out just all because you make a couple of videos. And a person watch you from time to time and they learned a thing or two. There's no reason to feel obligated. Nobody owe you shit. You don't owe them shit, they don't owe you shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody owe nobody shit. Now, if somebody stole something, they went in and stole something and claimed that it was theirs and it wasn't theirs, I can understand that if that situation is going on. I'm pretty sure it has. Those situations are different. I can understand that. But just because somebody learned a couple things or two does not mean that a person is in a situation where they are obligated to shout out anybody. And I heard that was some deep ego shit. And then a lot of people in the chat just be sitting back eating that shit up like that's. And excuse my language. Eat that ish up because it's just like, oh, like they just take everything in. Like, I don't care about none of that. Like, you are who you are. I believe it. That's real. But people sitting in the comments, sucking up, eating Franks. Live stream, eating up his Frank. Like, dang, ease up off the Frank, bro. Ease up off the wiener. Like, just chill, let it breathe. Like, there's no reason for y'all to be yes man. Y'all like little slaves in that bit. Like, yes man, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes. Everything a person say, agree. And I ain't saying you here to disagree everything. That ain't what I'm saying. I ain't even saying none of it is wrong. The knowledge is always, I feel like for the most part, always be right. It's always true to it. I'm saying though, like, I never seen so many yes men in my life. Like, how y'all supposed to be one of a kind? How you gonna get to any one of a kind being that much of a yes man? Build your own world. Build your own currency. Build your own source. Build your own sustainability in this world. Build your own orb up. Build your own aura. Build your own chi. Build your own source. The fuck is you out here sucking on another man dick? Now, if you look up to somebody, cool, I respect that. You look up to them, they help you out, cool. But y'all on some others, they're like idol worship. Like, y'all be on some other shit. Like, so, bro, but whatever. Yes, this was a Ramble Live, and you know I don't give a hell. You know I don't care. Cause none of you niggas put money in my pocket like that. So you know I don't give a hell. I rant, y'all watch. Appreciate you. I'm out. Wait, somebody said something. Yeah, like when the streamers are like W in the chat and the whole chat is W. Yeah, fact, man. Shout out you, Michael Willis. Everybody shout out Michael Willis. Go follow, subscribe to his page, even if he ain't got nothing on the you said you're in the seventh dimension. Straight up, fact. Social media is pretty much much life of a majority of the population. Yeah, I mean, yeah, fact, 100%. And then like it F with everybody's mind, and they have them think it's so robotic. People aren't even like real people no more. You know what I'm saying? That's deep, but I mean, yeah, like it's just everybody just want to follow. But that's why I say even on the Pilotman channel, it's the highest level of like D-riding I ever seen in my life. You talk about having to spell over somebody, like that's the highest level of losses I ever seen sometimes. And I'm not talking about the knowledge that he put out. I'm talking about in a sense of how people react, like they D-ride hard, to the sense of it's like idol worship almost. Like I be like, dang, like buddy just say one little thing and it's like, yeah, they're always agreeing, like shit weak. But whatever, I'm not finna sit here and ramble on this page. Y'all get y'all source. Y'all build y'all source up. Y'all build y'all substance up. Y'all get right. Y'all sustain y'all own stuff in y'all life. I'm not gonna worry about you because it's all y'all lives. Y'all choose to do what y'all gonna do. I don't see how you gonna reach no egg, and I don't see how y'all gonna ascend to any higher realm or whatever you think you trying to do, being as lost as y'all is. Ain't nothing wrong with watching somebody's channel or watching the Pilotman channel because you love learning knowledge and you look at it as like a family and you want to support. That's real. I never tell another person what to do and how to do it, but at the same time, it's like how you just sit in somebody else's chat and just yes man to every single thing that they say, which I ain't even saying you got to disagree to anything that they say, but it's like you ain't got to be a D-rider and a sucker. It's like you supposed to be one of a kind. Like, it's best way to say it is like y'all don't even be having your own mind. Y'all just sit up there and eat up every little thing that it ever say. Y'all never even have your own mind. So no, I don't see how y'all gonna listen to any realm. I don't see how y'all gonna do any of that y'all be saying. All that fake, y'all fake spiritual. Y'all sit up there and I will say this. Yes. Doelow the Pilotman, all the good knowledge that he be saying, a lot of y'all, and I'm attacking chat. I'm not attacking Doelow because he fine. He really don't be doing nothing that bad. He be pushing good knowledge and he do be doing the greater good for, I guess you consider, humanity, even though humanity really don't be trying to hear that shit because they be lost and stuff like that. I will give you that. And the government is taking your shit not out of respect. They only taking your shit to use it into their way. And the government be only using your stuff to help add to more lostness. So now they have more substance and more information and spiritual knowledge that they can hide from us. So they're not using it in good gain. It's actually working. It's actually working against people, to be honest. But it do help out the few souls that are here, which you call us the 1%, the soul group Sun Gods community. It do help out them to as far as learning their own spiritual edification. It do help them in their process and their progress and their journeys. It do help them though. But they're the only ones to help. So if that's what you hear from, then that's real. But as far as that goes, I'm not attacking them. I'm just attacking the people that. They gotta have their own mind, bro. They gotta have their own mind. Like, you ain't gotta disagree to nothing, but you gotta have your own mind. You shouldn't be deep riding in a yes man or something. That's like a slave. Like, all that stuff that, like I said, all that stuff that y'all saying is be fake spirituality a lot of times. And y'all, everything that he be saying, like I said, the little Pilotman be saying be good stuff. But I'm only talking about chat in the sense of chat don't even really take that spiritual knowledge, that spiritual illumination that he giving it, because y'all not enlightened, because otherwise y'all be going and getting the answers yourself. Y'all obviously listen to someone outside of you, which is fine, because we all on our different journeys, and there ain't nothing wrong with taking from the outside or going within. Either way, I believe you should have a balance of both. But my whole point is, y'all don't take the information and actually do anything with it. Y'all just listen, y'all sit up there, y'all smile, and y'all smile and giggle and hee hee ha ha, yes, agree to everything, and y'all don't even take the good stuff that he say and go apply it in your own life. When he say build your own platform, get your own stuff together, y'all don't even do that. Y'all just sit in situations where y'all just like say yes to every single thing, and y'all don't even build it for yourselves. Y'all just sit in the chat to feel comfortable and good about life. And none of y'all really be progressing like that. I be paying attention. I be paying attention. I ain't gotta worry about it. I be paying attention. None of y'all don't be getting it nowhere. I don't be caring about that. And everything just based, like, I ain't even finna get too deep into it, but it's straight. That's pretty much it. I'm finna get on about it, but that's the pretty thing I wanted to say. Like, that's how I be feeling. Y'all don't be getting nothing. Y'all don't be, you know what I'm saying? Y'all do not be building your own stuff like that. Y'all do not be applying that in y'all real life. Y'all, a lot of y'all be fake spiritual. Like I said, I'm not talking about the pilot man. I'm talking about a lot of people in chat. This how I realize people manifest so much chose in the first place. So I don't know what kind of energy that he be in to attract so much negative of an audience sometimes. But goddamn, you gotta get your energies right, cause ain't no fucking way. Real shit. That's all you. We can complain to the government all day that they ain't cutting off a certain amount of check. We can complain that this world filthy all day that we this, that, and the third. Don't really matter. Some of the stuff we be attracting be us. That be us on the inside. That don't always be everything on the outside. That be us. It just feel good to throw it off because, you know, we want to rant that day or feel just pin up energy, let that out. That's cool. But a lot of times, bro, a lot of times that's be us. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Everybody have a good day. Woo, woo, woo.